Turns out, I was right. Beginning of February, we're gonna run out of wood. And we did. So past videos, I'm sure you guys seen that we had wood here and we had wood there. And this is the only piece that we have left. And that piece over there. So we're gonna throw these in, at least get it started. But one of the last videos you've seen, I would have been cutting wood to be able to put in here right now. Some ash and stuff that I set in the barn. So today we're gonna be bringing that stuff in here. And I'm also gonna be preparing a new area for, it's kind of a temporary area. Sorry for the light. It's kind of a temporary area for the goats. In order for me to breed them, just because of us having an odd number, I don't really want to have anybody by themselves. So we're gonna get to that. In the meantime, before we even go outside, we're gonna feed the lizards, Jerry and Malcolm, and get them taken care of with some mealworms. We also got some parts for the build that I'm doing for the 3-point implement for our hiller slash plow for the potatoes. So we got parts for that. They did happen to send a wrong part, so there's some confusion there, and I think I got that all sorted out. So we'll get that taken care of, and we'll be resuming on that very shortly. So this is a feeder that I made for rabbits when we had them all. We gave it a try one time to coexist, all the males and all the females, and I wasn't having it. It just wasn't working how I was hoping it would. So switch back to the cage idea. We were trying to kind of free roam or whatever for the rabbits. So what I'm gonna use this for this time, and this is usually where we have our turkeys, but we put them down there with the chickens for the time being. So what I'm gonna do with this now, and I do have this up here, so I wouldn't have really had to bring this, but I just wanna have a different, multiple feeding areas, because they do tend to fight sometimes, and I don't really feel like dealing with it. So this is gonna come out as long as it fits through the door. And I'm gonna move a male and female, a buck and a doe up here for the goats. And I need to get rid of this brush. We do have an odd number of goats. We did have an even number. We had like 6 before, and unfortunately we ended up losing one. So that's kind of, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this up here, but yeah, we ended up losing one, and then so now we ended up with 5. So one of them is going to end up being by themselves. However, they're going to be separated in the barn with, like, I made a temporary divider with skids so they can see through to each other. So the one that's going to be by itself, her mom will still be in there, so it's not a huge deal. But I want to move a pair up here and then leave a pair down there. That way, you know, maybe we can end up with some kids probably this summer. And this was the best bet that I could think of, you know, somewhere where I could have them and house them for the time being. Then this is where this is the buck pen right here, and everything's temporary. So if you're seeing like the houses and stuff now, other than that's for the chickens, that was built, you know, thoroughly. But the doe pen down there and the house, and same thing with this house here, it's all made out of, you know, skids. I have like literally no money in it, and it's mainly because, you know, all this stuff is going to be moving once we build our new house. So that's kind of why this, and it gets them in the dry, you know, the rain doesn't get in there and everything, keeps them out of the wind, so on and so forth. So I don't really want to put them in this area or the area down there, because once spring comes, they won't give this, because it's not a huge area, they will not give this time to grow up. They won't give the grass time to grow up, and same thing down there. So my best bet plan was to put them in here so they, you know, they can't get out, and, you know, the grass and the pasture, because I'm planning on having them separated like this for about 2 months. That way I'm hoping they can go through 2 heat cycles in that time, and then we should end up with some kids by then, and we should have, you know, our does bred. So that's the theory behind this. I got to try and get that thing out. So if I had a drill, I could take this apart. It just won't fit through the doorway the way it is, but I really don't think the goats are going to mess with it too much. There's not really any purpose for them. It's not like they can jump up there and stand on it. They really can't. So I don't really see the problem with that. We're gonna wait to move these guys up here until after we're supposed to get a really bad cold snap. Now this does have a roof, it does have tarps around that top half up there, so they would be fine probably, you know, through those cold spells. But we're gonna leave everybody in the barn just for right now till we get through these really cold nights and stuff that are coming up, and then after that, then we will try and move everybody around. And if I had a third stall in the barn, then I could just do that and it wouldn't be an issue at all. And I almost built 3 in there temporarily, but the problem with that was they were just gonna be too small, and the stalls were gonna be really small, and I didn't really like having the stalls that small. So that's kind of why we're doing it this way. So I'm thinking that I could possibly get all of that in there. You know, there's definitely a lot of moving wood. Wood heat is awesome, I love it. But you cut the log or you cut the tree down, you move it, or you set it up to split it, then you pick it back up, you move it, you load it in something, you move it, you unload it, you're moving it, then you load it again, to either move it again, you're loading it or moving it, and then you gotta move it into your basement or burn it, and then you're moving it again. Man, you're moving it a lot. Unfortunately, it's not all fitting. Only a little bit left. Problem solved. It'll either work or it won't. Slow and steady wins the race, right? I'm not very confident. I am kind of shocked that that worked. Quick and easy. If only it were a walk-in basement where I could drive in. But I have a way of getting it in there. And easy access. There's definitely a lot more wood there than I thought. So since there's a big pile of junk underneath, I honestly think I'm just gonna let it the way it is. I thought it would bother me, but quite honestly, I'm starting to think it won't. because I can pull off the pile. It's closer to the stove. This will probably be the only time that I'll do that because I just need to keep throwing it in here as I need it because I don't really have any other dry stuff. So it's pretty close. So I'll shut the window, stoke the stove, and we're good. Well, that may last us, I'm guessing, might last us 2 weeks. I'm guessing a week for sure, maybe 2 weeks. I don't think we're gonna get 3 out of that, but I guess it depends. If we start getting some warmer days, like this Sunday they went up in the 50s, so I probably won't have fire going. So we'll see how long it lasts. I'm guessing probably 2 weeks, and then I'll have to figure something out and cut some more. So we got some nice heat going in there now. I know this Carhartt jacket is way too heavy to be in here next to the stove. But that's gonna do it for the video today. We got at least a little bit more wood to hold us over for a little bit longer. Just turned February, so winter's not over. Cold's not gonna let go that easy, that quick, unfortunately, but we got a good supply. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to drop a like, leave your comments in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any future videos because there's a ton more coming. As always, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video.